What's up, YouTube? It's ParsevalTube here, coming to you with some extra Destiny content. Now, possibly like you, I just finished watching the Destiny at E3, and man, that trailer was just amazing. But all we really got at E3 was a trailer, and you guys want to know more, right? Well, the website and an exclusive interview with YouTube after the show reveals some great information. And I'm here to show it to you guys because frankly, I couldn't find it anywhere else. Now, to start off, if you just go to Destiny the Game, you can click on the Taken King up here in the corner, and it actually shows you some really cool stuff. It shows you like the enemy awaits, next great adventure. It kind of shows you some really cool pictures of like the Vex and like a purple. Anyways, some cool stuff. So it talks about the abilities, of course, new campaign, so the story missions, and then of course talking about the 6 players raid and new powerful exotics. I'm pretty stoked about that. Keep going down, he gets a really cool picture of Oryx and more information about why he's going after us, of course. Some even more cool pictures of the Taken. Man, those guys look crazy. Some of those weapons, I'm pretty sure enemies are going to have new weapons against us. It's crazy. And we're talking about the Dreadnought, which is going to be, I believe, some sort of weird social space campaign, all-in-one new area thing. I really don't know, but it's going to be on Saturn, and we're apparently going to be wielding these auto rifle things. I don't know, but it looks cool, and he's got feathers on his headdress. Anyways, I'm rambling. So if you go here, you can see just some cool pictures. Now, that's just the promotional material, but what about the PlayStation exclusives? Now, you may own a Xbox and you're watching this video, but for those of you watching a PlayStation, all you need to do is go to Destiny and go to PS exclusive over here in the corner, and bam, showing you specifically the Taken King Xbox exclusive. Now, first of all, I have no idea what this is, but that looks awesome. Also, so apparently we will have a team. We got obviously a new co-op strike, new PvP map, and of course extra stuff. Now, exclusive gear sets, I don't know if these will be legendary or I believe blue like the last exclusive set was, but this is kind of cool. They have names: the Neurogast, Azoth Bend, and Hesperos. Neurogast I think seems more interesting because it's literally got Cytogel exo wiring. I mean, look at that. That's kind of creepy. Anyways, so now we have something really interesting: the exclusive exotic scout rifle, the Jade Rabbit. Now you may remember this insignia, the Jade Rabbit, from a emblem you got out of a Moon Golden chest and probably dismantled by this point. But it's got some interesting lore. The Jade Rabbit is part of like this moon lore, just in general from civilizations. And but now we're gonna have the Jade Rabbit as a scout rifle. I mean, look at this thing. It's so bland but cool at the same time. I don't even know. I don't even know. Anyways, the moon-dwelling Jade Rabbit of Yore is made manifest in this adorably deadly. I thought I was going to say adorably cute. Adorably deadly exotic scout rifle, sporting a 13-shot magazine and a sniper-like scope. Interesting. I read that already, but dude, a sniper scope on a scout rifle. Scout rifle is already pretty accurate at long range. Now we're going to have a sniper scout. Interesting. All right, so now we've got to have something called the Echo Chamber Strike. So it's got like a Vex, and he's got that exclusive armor on, wielding an orb of arc energy. Interesting. Anyways, the Vex have laid siege to time itself. So apparently they are going to, instead of just reading this out loud to you guys, they are going to try and go back in time to grab Sekrion. So we killed him in the Nexus, and they're kind of now starting to have story missions and strikes that combine with previous stuff. So they're trying to call back the Nexus in order to execute a terrible future. So yeah, Time, Vex, all interesting stuff. So there's some extra pictures. You get to see some more, not too much interesting stuff. You just get to see Taken Vex, which is actually really interesting. This isn't like a normal Vex, but with Taken Vex, or whatever that is. This looks like the Sekrion. I gotta do it. This definitely looks like the Nexus. But this, wow, I had no idea what that is, but he's about to grab you, Boet. So that Vex is screwed. Onwards, we have Sector 618. Also, these guys sporting the new, or at least this Warlock is sporting the new PlayStation exclusive armor. And the Hawk Moon. Wow, I just noticed that. Wow, okay. Rubbing it in our faces, all right. Sector 618. It fell to the House of Devils, but now it's in dangerous disrepair and thus an ideal location for us to fight. Now, it almost looks as beautiful, especially in this picture, as I gotta admit, the European Dead Zone. It looks amazing. And definitely disrepair. All these tight corridors, looks like it's gonna be another shotgun map, folks. Another shotgun map. And speaking of shotguns, this looks like a shotgun to me. It's a square shotgun from the Vanguard. So, confirmed new Vanguard shotgun. I gotta admit. And this looks like a kind of standard Vanguard fusion rifle. Nothing too new as far as I know. And of course, you go down talking about the Legendary Edition. Now, also speaking of which, everything seems to tie into the next thing I'm saying. You want to try and pre-order, right? So it'll bring you to this page, and you go. So you get it for $60. What if you just want to get it? Well, you have to go all the way over here and click on digital download. And so it's just this for $40. Only $20 less than like getting everything. Anyways, and it says, as a thank you to our most loyal fans, you will receive a commemorative Year 1 emblem, Sparrow, and Armor Shader. Now, Armor Shader and emblem, but a new Sparrow, that's got to be cool. But as I looked into it, I found out something kind of odd. Well, I'll talk about it afterwards. Now, what about extra stuff? Now, if you buy the collector's edition with all this interesting stuff, now I have no idea what this is, but it's called the Sleeper Simulant. I mean, I hope that's a weapon. I really hope that's a weapon. Um, it's talking about something called the Early Access Weapons Pack, which anyone will get if you pre-order the Taken King. I have no idea what it means, but it's just something people who pre-order the game get when the game launches, when the Taken King launches, and everyone will have then later a chance to get it. So interesting, a chance to get it. I'll show you guys it later. Chance to get it starting January 1st. So we get to guarantee to get it for the first 3 months of the game. Now, when you get the collector's edition, it says you get class-specific emotes, so you can dance differently, which I don't know how they're going to implement that. 3 armor shaders and 3 exotic class items. Exotic? I just realized. Exotic. Crap! Crap, I thought it was legendary. Class items with XP bonuses. Now that actually class item, useful class items. Now you will think, what do they look like? Well, if you go to the digital collector edition, which by the way is the exact same price as the tons of stuff collector's edition, which I think is stupid, you actually get some pictures. So you cannot click on these, but you can kind of see what the armor shaders look like. One's pretty plain. The other one has got pretty purple, and I can't really tell what these shaders really look like. There's nothing too much distinctive about them, at least in my case. Then we have exotic class items. Here's the exotic class items. Oh, here's one for the Titan. It's got the emblem of the hammers, 2 eagles, or I don't really know what that is, and just something pretty cool. And then a really cool purple helmet with like a taxi necktie, and then what looks like probably going to be a really lightning-filled class item, which it's actually, now to think about it, is each of the specifics of the new subclass. So it's going to look really cool. I guess when you activate your super. So there you go. There's what the new exotic class item is confirmed. Also, you cannot buy anything more than either the PlayStation Store or the Xbox Store. Now, I'm personally going to wait for when it's starting to sell at Best Buy or etc. because I have some gift cards. I'd rather use those than quote real money. Now, on to the really fun stuff is an interview that they had after the show on YouTube. Now, I'm going to just play the video for you guys, and then I'm going to replay it and break down some really interesting stuff. There's a lot of really great stuff. Now, all right, let's start this video. You guys will like it if you haven't seen it.
My home team, Destiny.
Can we say you're linked to Destiny?
Yeah, absolutely. My brother is a programmer.
Right. Jackie's brother is one of the programmers on. Did we know this?
We did.
Okay, I didn't expect to see exactly what it was. It's all the Bungie team. All right, Luke and Eric. So you guys are here talking about the Taken King, now officially announced on the Sony stage. I was up there a couple weeks ago, hanging out with you guys, talking about it. So Destiny fans, of course, cannot get enough of this game. So tell us about Taken King. What this, obviously this is I don't know if it's an expansion or it's a bigger than an expansion. It's sort of the next chapter in the Destiny saga. Tell us about what you guys wanted to do with this game. It was a chance to obviously with a little more time to go back in and tweak some things in the Destiny experience. Obviously, new destinations. Tell us maybe about storytelling. That's something I think a lot of fans have wondered about. How you guys are going to reapproach narrative in this.
Yeah, so I can tackle the first question pretty easily. We're considering a major expansion, so it's really big, it's really meaty. It's going to give players that are playing a lot of the game a lot of reasons to keep coming back and keep playing new activities. And Taken King really begins with Oryx, which is our new villain. So we can talk about the setup for that. Luke's the creative director on the project. They've been working really hard to make sure that the storytelling is an evolution from what we've been doing in the past and is really focused this time around.
With a story focused on a strong villain like Oryx, it's an opportunity to do a couple of things. One, continue the story that players started in the Dark Below with battling Crota, and two, have this villain arrive as a result of the incident that took place in the Dark Below. Now, with respect to how we're telling stories, our priority moving forward with storytelling is about characters. Right. We want to create and add interesting characters to the world and expand them. I think in the Dark Below, you met Eris, and she was a character that people started to remember. And in House of Wolves, you met two more characters, Varix and Petra. And I think that people are starting to see we care about the characters in this universe. Yeah. And in what we're showing behind closed doors, there's some more characters to check out.
All right. Yeah. Very cool. Now, talk about new destinations. We saw a tease of a relatively large ship at the beginning of the trailer there. Tell us about that.
So that is Oryx, the Taken King's fortress, the Dreadnought. Yeah. It is a brand new destination. It's a giant, sort of inscrutable loot-filled fortress, and you and your buddies are going to go in there in the campaign and find this guy.
Wow, that's cool. So new destinations, although of course being Destiny, it's it's one big world, so you're going to be able to visit a lot of familiar destinations as well.
Yeah,
right?
that foundation is still there, right? And so we're going to do some things to change and tweak this. So the arrival of Oryx actually brings a new army of enemies as well, called the Taken. And so these are combatants that are ripped out of our dimension, changed, then sent back in. And the really cool thing that we get to do with that is, like when you fight like a Scion, for example, and it's been taken, its behavior's completely changed. So it really defies what you expect from that enemy. It really tweaks the way that you approach encounters. And of course, strikes and new story missions will take you through brand new geometry. Right. We know players want that novelty and they want that great storytelling, so we'll be able to do that as well. So, but yeah, to your first point, we have all this great foundational content. And Luke and his team's job is about how do we use that? How do we make it better? How do we use that as existing storytelling channels? And we're also going to have really fun stuff on the show floor based on fan feedback. So we've got hands-on with 4 multiplayer maps. We've got some objective-based Crucible play, which a lot of people have been asking for. Cool. And, of course, a mode, Mayhem, that's going to show off the brand new supers, which the supers are just...
Yeah, some of the supers that are teased in the trailer there.
I mean, they're kind of the thing that players are probably most excited about. Going to new places is awesome. Having new enemies to fight is awesome, but when we overdrive the character and give you brand new powers to unleash on these guys, that's kind of what the game's about. Building your monster-killing machine and taking them out into the world and doing it.
Yeah, we had 20 days into a Warlock, and it was the thing that motivated me to start a Titan, right? That thermal solar, hammer firing off. I'm like, man, I gotta get my hands on that.
You gotta get there, and I'm sure you did.
Internally, sure, but I want it on my guy. My guy is so much more important than my internal guy, right?
Now, obviously, people want to know, Raid, what can we expect this time?
Well, I'm not going to talk at all about what's in the raid this time, but there is a raid this time, and it's going to be. I mean, it's our biggest raid yet. We're really excited about it. I don't want. So here's the thing: people want to talk about difficulty and how hard it is.
They want the challenge. They want to be watching.
And if I say oh, it's our hardest raid yet, someone's just going to slap me with that as soon as the game comes out. And they're like, we beat it. And it wasn't that hard.
In 13 hours.
Blindfolded.
Yeah, you can't gamble against the players. The players are, no matter how difficult we make something, they're always going to find some incredible way
human distributed computing network.
But they love that hive mind, loves to be challenged, and I'm sure Bungie is up for challenges.
It's going to be really fun to watch the raid firsts go up on streams. Those are always really cool to watch, to see how players tackle the challenges, and there's the approach that we expect, and then there's what they actually do. So it's really cool to watch.
It can be very different sometimes. Now, this game obviously is going to be coming out in September, right?
Yep, September 15th.
September 15th. Now, how is this going to come out? I mean, obviously, if you own Destiny already, this will be sort of an expansion. How is it going to cost? How's it all going to work?
So there's 2 ways that we're approaching it. So if you're already playing Destiny and you have the Dark Below and you have House of Wolves, then you can get the digital upgrade for $40.
Okay.
And if you're brand new, if you've heard about it from a friend, or you're waiting to get a PlayStation 4 and you want to jump in for the first time, we have the Legendary Edition SKU, and that has everything you need.
Okay.
So not only
first game, 2 expansions,
Destiny 1, yep, both packs, and then the Taken King, and of course it's got all the updates under the hood that we've made to the experience. So you get the benefit of all the people that have played for the year and helped us refine it and shape it and make it better, and everything that's influenced the decisions that Luke has made in the Taken King. You get that all rolled up, right?
How much is that?
That's $60.
Oh wow! So just price of a regular game.
Yeah, it's like you get
Yep.
you get everything from year one,
Right.
and the Taken King, which begins year two for
Right.
$60.
Yeah, it's really important that as we begin year 2, we can keep the fan base all together, right? All these players on the same story, on the same missions, they can all play together. We didn't want to come up with that, that world where you're an Aspire team and you don't know who has what and who can go where and when, and like, oh, you're flashing right now because you can't go here. Like, we want to just basically, level set
shared
everybody from
world.
the same place. Exactly right.
Well, you guys have done an amazing job, kind of updating Destiny, and the fact that we've got new content coming in September. I know the fans are excited to see it, and it was cool to see it for the first time tonight on the PlayStation stage. Well, we'll see you guys over at the booth for some hands-on with Destiny. We'll be there.
Now, that was the trailer. I mean, not the trailer, the interview. Now, so much cool stuff. Now, kind of in the middle was all kind of the cool stuff. But I'll quickly go back to the beginning, and I'll play through it, maybe skip some parts, but and just pause it so you guys can admire some of the seriously cool stuff in this trailer. By the way, thank you so much if you actually are watching by this point. Now, keep watching and enjoy.
My brother is a programmer.
Right. Jackie's brother is one of the programmers.
Know that?
Did we know
Programmer.
this? We did. Okay, I didn't expect to see exactly what it was. It's all the Bungie team. All right. Luke and Eric, so you guys are here talking about the Taken King. Now, of course, cannot get enough of this game. So tell us about Taken
Yeah, everyone's so hyped, except for the haters, and then they obviously don't like it.
King. What this, obviously this is I don't know if it's an expansion.
OCD moment here. It went from the right to the left to the right. When in the regular trailer, it went from left to right. Yeah,
It's
it's
bigger
weird.
than an expansion. It's sort of
And we get to
next
see kind of the
chapter.
entire base, which is really interesting. I don't know if these are actual tanks because there's like lights in front of them, but not in the back. That would be interesting. Hold on.
in the
And of course, we get a bit better sense. It almost looks like a weird Suros, but with like a flash muzzle or something. More of that kind of cool Titan
Destiny
armor.
saga. Tell us about what you guys wanted to do with this game. It was a chance to, obviously, with a little more time, to go back in and tweak some
Okay, so the door that explodes kills the Cabal. It explodes as we get there. Okay,
things in the Destiny
cool.
experience. Obviously, new destinations.
a live guy. He's there, and nice graphics.
Tell us maybe about storytelling. That's something I think a lot of fans have wondered about. How you guys are going to reapproach narrative in this.
Yeah, so I can tackle the first question pretty easily. We're considering a major expansion, so it's really big, it's really meaty. It's going to give players that are playing a lot of the game a lot of reasons.
Okay. What was that freaking light? It's a little light. It just
keep playing.
okay. And also, wow. If I ever get to this room, I'm just gonna keep staring at the objects just floating in the air. No idea why they're floating in the air. It was just a pure darkness bringing them up, but that is some cool gravity. That is some
Taken
cool
King
gravity.
begins with Oryx, which is our new villain, so we can talk about the setup for that. Looks like
Exploding plane! Yay! We never seen that before.
creative director on the project. They've been working really hard to make sure that the
Guardians who ignore enemies. Yay! Finally.
storytelling is an evolution from what we've been doing in the past, and is really focused this time around.
With a story focused on a strong villain like Oryx, it's an opportunity to do
Okay.
a couple.
For some reason, this room looks really technologically active, like really technologically active. So as we see, he's got to throw his hammer, get it back.
Things. One,
So then there's like yellow lines here, and there's a barrier. It looks really weird.
continue the story that players started in the Dark Below with battling Crota, and two are
Okay.
had this
No. If he's standing up, he will get you. You can't kill him with one hit. When he's not, no. The freaking programming. They just did it for the video.
villain arrive as a result of the incident that took place in the Dark Below. Now, with respect to how we're telling stories, our priority moving forward with storytelling is about characters. We want to create and add interesting characters to the world and expand them. I think in the Dark Below you met Eris, and she was a character that people started to remember. And in House of Wolves, you've met two more characters, Varix.
So new social space area. I don't even. I keep thinking social space. Like that's cool because that looks like it's moving, and this is moving. And yeah, so
and Petra. I think that people are starting to see we care about the characters.
okay. Did you guys see that? Like he landed, and it was like Vex appears out of nowhere. Platform. Did he know that it was going to appear there?
in this universe, and in what we're showing behind closed doors, there's some more characters to check out.
All right.
Okay, as he was saying, apparently new vendors confirmed, which again confirms what I said. There's got to be some sort of new social space if there's going to be random new vendors, because they're not just going to make it like Ares, like ever again, where it's just like a random person just comes to the tower and stays there. Which means the Dreadnought is going to be interesting.
Very cool. Now, talk about new destinations. We saw a tease of a relatively large ship at the beginning of the trailer there. Tell us about that.
So that is Oryx, the Taken King's Fortress, the Dreadnought.
Yeah.
It is a brand new destination. It's a giant,
Confirmed you can throw a hammer twice at a yellow bar and he finally dies.
sort of inscrutable loot-filled fortress, and you and your buddies are going to go
Loot filled! They're just going to put chests everywhere? That's awesome.
in there in the campaign and find this guy.
Wow, that's cool. So new destinations, although, of course, being Destiny, it's...
Alright, so it explodes and hits enemies around it, and like, as they're tethered, they're suppressed and slowed. So, if you guys want to know how the gravity bow works, that's how it works. Also, what the heck, I just realized. Look at this weapon! It's like a freaking Call of Duty weapon! What? I'm sorry, I just freaking myself out, like, again, like, this is new stuff for me. What the heck kind of weapon is that?
So, it's one big world, so you're going to be able to visit a lot of familiar destinations as well.
Yeah, that foundation.
Okay, what is he shooting like a giant, like, shank or something? Like, what is he shooting? Also,
Still there, right? And so
yeah,
we can do
continuous
things
lightning
to
bolt,
change it,
just
tweak
in
this, so
general.
the arrival of Oryx actually brings a new army of
I
enemies
want to
as
see what's
well
happening in the
that are
corner.
taken. So these are combatants that
No,
are ripped
crap.
out of our dimension.
Go back to the corner.
Changed, then sent back in. And the really cool thing that we get to do with that is like when you fight like a Scion, for example, and it's been
Okay, so this is kind of, I guess you could say, in-game screenshots of what that random red Ceros weapon looks like. Now we have, well, it's kind of bad, but it's Valis to something. So, apparently, yeah, there is Grimoire lore that they're all called Valis to something. Or it's Valis something. But yeah, and then he's killing him.
taken. It's behavior
Giant
has
smash.
changed, so it really defies what you expect.
Scions that split off each other. Like, that isn't cool.
An enemy, it really tweaks the way that you approach encounters. And of course, strikes and new story missions will take you to brand new geometry.
Ooh, Taken in the
Players will
Cosmodrome.
not do anything with that great storytelling, so we'll be able to do.
Okay. Look at that. Oh my goodness. He's got tentacles coming off of him. Tentacles of a Hydra. It's like from the Vault of Glass or something.
Do that as well.
So one goblin healing the other for no reason. Okay.
But yeah, to your first point, we have all this great foundational content.
Wizards even more ugly.
And Luke's team's job is about like how do we use that? How do we make it better? How do we use that as existing?
Okay. Here is where I just freaked out. Okay. PvP. Look at that. I'm sorry it's hard to see because I had to crop it, but Mayhem Clash. And the Crucible is not liable for injuries sustained herein. What? Mayhem Clash? I'm just like freaking out, so happy. Of course, they got all that new gear and stuff on, of course. Don't know what that looks like. It's like one half. Just prove me wrong if you want. He got the old. Oh, no, that could be confirmed. New Monarchy Titan gear. I mean, look at that stuff. This is like super cool stuff.
Storytelling channels, and we're also going to have.
Oh my goodness. For some reason, that reminds me of Halo. Freaking jump portal across the map. Oh.
Really fun stuff on the show floor.
Okay, supers going off like crazy.
Hands-on.
Actually, let me go back like a second.
And we're also going to have really fun stuff on the show floor based on feedback.
Okay, yeah. Again, cool scope. Probably going to be an exotic if it's just, if I'm guessing. Probably going to be an exotic. Why is he level 20? And he's heavy behind him. Why didn't you grab heavy? Also, confirmed, you can see what the kind of grenade and melee picture look like. It is there. Oh, wait, I just realized this is a pulse rifle. Like, it's a pulse rifle. That's weird. Also, someone tell me in the comments if that's a hand cannon or like a sidearm.
Hands-on with 4 multiplayer maps. We've got some objective-based.
Also,
really fun
is
stuff
there
on
any
the
like?
show floor based on
Okay, yeah, no,
feedback.
it just looks
We've got,
normal. My bad.
Hands-on with 4 multiplayer maps.
Lots of supers going off in this mayhem. Like, I'm really freaking out. Also, look at that map. Swamp map confirmed.
We've been asking for, and of course, a mode.
Supers going
So to
off
show
like
off the random
crazy.
supers, which the supers are.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, some of the supers that are teased in the trailer there.
So his super bar, you can look at the super bar. It seems to be going up kind of
I mean,
quick.
they're
I don't know
kind
if
of
that's
the thing that players are
has to do with
probably
anything.
most excited about. Like going to new places is awesome. Having new enemies to fight is awesome. But when we overdrive the character and give you brand new powers to unleash on these guys, like that's kind of what the game's about. Like
we're having a map in the tower, folks. PvP in the tower confirmed.
building your monster killing machine and taking them out into the world.
Also, I just realized
You
something.
brand new powers to unleash on these guys. Like that's kind of what the
Like he's come. Watch this guy. He comes in,
game's about. Like building
grabs
your
it,
monster killing machine.
and then now has like a buff. So I'm guessing capture the flag mode confirmed.
Taking them out into the world and doing that.
All right. So they seem to be guarding this, which we're about to see in a second.
Maybe like 20 days into a war.
Actual, yeah, definitely pulse rifle. He's super bright, which I'm really weirded out about. He's got the buff. No, oh, here is the great stuff. He is apparently a spark runner. He is the spark runner. You are the runner. Runner progress. So the runner has to go through 5 portals in a certain amount of time, while also avoiding enemy fire. Like what? What? Heavy ammo just got available. We have. Apparently, this is lightning. So we're gonna have like a lightning grenade type grenade or whatever the picture is. So Warlock lightning grenade confirmed. Anyway, so he goes in, he drops in the rift.
Right,
For some reason,
that thermal solar.
oh my goodness, he uses a super. I just realized. Oh my goodness. So he gets a carry bonus, kill bonus, collateral damage bonus, and a kill. Like. Oh, and more for Rift. So 2,000 points on that one hit. Like, I don't know what just happened. Rift ignited, so I don't know what just happened, but dude, this mode is gonna be awesome. And also, look at that. Just so much good stuff in this picture. So much good stuff. Also, look at this weapon. What is that? Is that a Hank? Hold on. Is that a sidearm? Hold on.
Taking them out into the world and doing that.
Yeah, we had like 20 days into a warlock, and it was the thing that motivated me.
No, no, it's definitely just a hand cannon, but a really cool hand cannon. New vendor confirmed. Almost looks like the hard light exotic perk picture. I mean, look at that. It's just crazy stuff. Wow, I don't know how they didn't shoot him. All right, so 4 squares, of course. 4 square.
You gotta get there, and I'm sure you did.
Wow, activating supers together, of course.
Internally, sure, but I want it on my guy. Like, my guy is so much more important.
And can anyone appreciate how beautiful this picture is? Please send them. All right, I'll give you a call.
My internal guy, right?
Now, obviously, people want to know raid. What can we expect this time?
Well, I'm not going to talk at all about what's in the raid this time, but there is a raid this time, and it's going to be. I mean, it's our biggest raid yet. We're really
Most
excited
difficult
about it.
yet?
I don't want. So here's the thing: people want to talk about difficulty and how hard it is.
They want the challenge. They want to be watching.
And if
streaming.
I say like, oh, it's our hardest raid yet, like someone's just gonna slap me with that as soon as the game comes out. They're like, we beat it, and it wasn't that hard.
That guy is just so true. Yeah, it's pretty good, but it's the biggest raid, yes, which means it's going to be even bigger in size than Atheon. Vault of Glass. That thing's big and ref. Enough. Now we're having probably the entire raid inside the Dreadnought, which apparently is huge. To also have story missions and a raid in the same place. Like, oh boy.
13 hours.
Yeah,
Blindfolded.
Yeah, like you can't gamble agaast the players. Like the players are, no matter how difficult we make something, they're always going to find some incredible way to
Human
beat it.
distributed computing network.
But they love But they love that hive mind. Loves to be challenged, and I'm sure Bungie is up for challenges.
It's gonna be really fun to watch the raid firsts go up on streams. Those are always really cool to watch. To see how players tackle the challenges, and there's the approach that we expect, and then there's what they actually do. So it's really cool to watch.
It can be very different sometimes. Now, this game obviously is going to be coming out in September, right?
Yep, September 15th.
September 15th. Taking now, how is this going to come out? I mean, obviously, if you own Destiny already, this will be sort of.
So yeah, of course, I just got to talk about this. Let me skip that real quick.
Expansion. How is it going to cost?
Lucas made the Taken King. You get that all rolled up, right? So
how much is that?
That's $60.
Oh wow! So just price of regular game, right?
And the Taken King, which begins year 2 for $60.
Yeah, it's really important that as we begin year 2, we can keep the fan base all together, right? All these players.
Yeah, so it is confirmed. Taken King is the beginning of the second year of Destiny, which probably means even more 2 DLCs after this. Now I'm wondering, since they're covering this in this special package, as we saw earlier, that how are they then going to package the DLCs? it's just going to be a mess, but I hope they can handle it right.
Players on the same story, on the same missions, they can all play together. We didn't want to come up with that, that world where you're an Aspire team and you don't know who has what.
I still think that room is just going to be like this awesome room.
You can go where and when, and like, oh, you're flashing right now because you can't go here. Like, we want to just basically, level.
Calling BS on that.
Set everybody in the same place. Exactly right.
Well, you guys
Pulse
have done
rifle.
an amazing
Pulse
job
rifle.
kind of updating Destiny and the fact that we've got new content coming in September. I know the fans are excited to see it, and it was cool to see it for the first time tonight on the PlayStation stage. Well, we'll see you guys over at the booth for.
Anyways, so thankful if you guys stick around to the end. I will have, by the way, the links to this video and Bungie's announcement at E3 and just the trailer if you just want to watch the trailer by itself in the comments below. Thank you so much for one of my full-length computer recorded videos, and have a great day. Like and subscribe.